Hey guys, welcome back to a special edition of There Will Be Expletives, and it is a special edition because my co-host, my usual co-host, Ron, has actually been fired from There Will Be Expletives. I know, it's a sad, sad day, but not really, because that motherfucker kicked me in the shin after I submitted our fucking pod notes. And just like, seriously, I'm just calling out to you guys, who kicks a shin? Like, I can't even make a funny anecdote about this, and then this motherfucker. He just the fuck is this?
What is what?
Who let you back on the pod?
This is my podcast too.
Who let you back on the pod?
I let myself back, bitch.
This is kind of what the show. Alright, let's start off where we usually do with the movie news. First up, Fox has secured the rights to a remake of Clue, Ron.
God damn it, finally! I have been clamoring for years for another Clue.
And when was the first? Was it like 86, something like that?
I was going to say 87, so somewhere in there.
Like, how did it take Hollywood 30 years to do another Clue?
I don't know. You'd think after the wild success that Battleship was, they would have gone right back to Clue.
Well, I mean, we got confirmation of a fucking Tetris trilogy before a Clue remake, which was actually like, not. I mean, it didn't do fucking huge, but it did decent.
It didn't do anything in the day. It's considered a cult classic now.
And cult classics, like shit, Hollywood will take any brand they can right now.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised that you're taking this line. What do you think about a Fox reboot / remake, whatever the fuck, of Clue?
I'd have been fine if that's all it was, but for it to be a worldwide mystery, I mean, what's the goddamn point? How does that even work?
The whole point.
It was Carmen Sandiego, wasn't it? That bitch cannot be trusted.
Fuck you, Carmen. Actually, have you ever heard what my favorite thing about Clue is, have you ever heard what they did with the theatrical cuts?
No. They actually killed a guy?
There were 3 different endings.
Were there really?
So there were 3 different prints of the film that got sent out all over the world.
Really?
So when people would go and talk to each other about like the ending, and no one would believe each other that they actually watched the same movie. It was like, no, dude, you're fucking crazy. This guy did it. And I said that was like the coolest thing in the world. I hope they do something like that now.
I hope that is... that's one that I always said if I found in the bargain bin, I would buy. I hope that's like on the DVD, all the endings.
All the endings, yeah. Dude, it's worth buying. Anything with Tim Curry is absolutely worth buying.
And Christopher Lloyd.
Love it. Yeah, I don't know. I would feel a lot better about it too if it wasn't Fox, because Fox is just the worst. Fuck you, Fox.
The only thing they should be worrying themselves with is Deadpool.
Exactly. More Deadpool. All Deadpool.
And
all the time.
They just need to stay as far away from it as they can, let Ryan Reynolds steer everything.
I want to watch Deadpool again.
Right? Let's just pause the podcast and go watch Deadpool.
Well, everyone else is like, fuck this podcast. Why shouldn't we join in the fun?
They're all watching Deadpool too.
While we're talking about Tim Curry and reboots, the reboot of It is underway filming, and we got our first full look at Pennywise.
And it is terrifying.
It is some grade A nope, and I fucking love it. Like, I encourage you to look up the image. Just Google the full image. It's all over the internet today. It is fucking atmospheric for a still Entertainment Weekly image.
God damn, yes it is.
The lighting on him. Like, if they can do this with just the still images, the scenes are going to be just intense, I think.
It looks intense already. Just the Tim Curry one, he doesn't look scary to me. This is fucking horrifying, and I don't have a problem with clowns.
Yeah, same. I don't have the clown phobia either, but Bill Skarsgård is the actor. I actually really, really liked the attention to detail I read about the changes in the suit as well. Because one of the things about Pennywise and It, and I wouldn't really consider this a spoiler just because it's been around for so long. You could have had like 30 seconds if you really, really don't want to know anything about It. He's a creature who embodies different things. And then part of the thing about him is that he's been around for like centuries. So they were talking about like the attention to detail with the changes in the costume. It looks more like the Renaissance.
Yes.
They're trying to give away that like he's been around for 600 years, plus, which I think it's a really cool. I think it
reminds
works.
me of those like old porcelain dolls.
Yeah, he looks. It's very, very creepy. I think the actor looks just perfect for it. I'm really, really excited for this remake.
I can't tell if that's a compliment to the actor or not that he looks so perfect for it.
Well, for this one role, you knocked it out of the park, buddy. I can't wait though. I feel really good about this too. They also said
who's behind this movie again?
I forget his name, but it's the director of the Mama movie. Do you remember that had Jessica Chastain and Jamie Lannister in it?
No.
It was a horror movie where these people adopt this girl who was like lost in the woods for like 20 years, and she or 10 years. She grew up like feral, and then it's all about like who was actually raising her in the woods, and it was like some spirit or something. So it looked pretty creepy. Like they had good actors behind it. I still need to watch it, but I'm really interested in this.
Do you know what studio this is?
I do not.
If only we had the entire knowledge base of the planet at our fingertips.
Yeah, fuck that. No, but they were talking. It's going to have a bit of like a Stranger Things vibe, where it's going to feel 80s.
That's cool.
Which is pretty cool.
I still need to watch Stranger Things, by the way.
I'm really excited.
I love what the internet's doing with their font, by the way, not to get off on a tangent.
You really, yeah. Once you eventually start Stranger Things, you probably finish it in like a day or two, because that's how it went for me. Let's see. Are you going to look up the date or the studio?
I'm trying to look up the studios. I'm curious.
Okay.
Sometimes that can make or break a movie.
As long as it's not Fox, I'm just crossing my finger. I don't think it's Fox. I think it's some like New Line or something. One of the more, not like no name, but one of the more obscure ones.
Let's see.
I'm trying to vamp for you, but you need to fucking search.
I know quicker. It's not. It is a very vague term to Google. I like the logo.
Do they have a logo already?
They do. That's the official logo.
I approve.
Let's see. Distributed by New Line. Production company Vertigo Entertainment.
I called it. I think I said New Line. Holy shit. Total accident.
And I like Vertigo.
Yeah. I can't wait. Can't wait. It's 2017.
For those that don't know, Vertigo, The Grudge, Darkwater, 8 Below, The Lake House. Oh, thank God, The Lake House. The Departed, The Grudge 2, The Invasion, Possession, Shudder. Yeah, it just goes on and on. How to Train Your Dragon.
I'm stoked. I like it. I like where they're going with it.
I could have swore Lego Batman. Fuck yes. Oh, and they're doing Five Nights at Freddy's too.
I can get behind that.
Cool.
Let's see. Next up in the movie news, the Detective Pikachu movie we reported on a couple weeks ago now officially has writers. Why don't you tell us who they are, Ron?
Nicole Perlman and Alex Hirsch.
We'll start with Nicole Perlman. If the name seems familiar to you at all, it is because she actually wrote the very original draft they chose for Guardians of the Galaxy.
I've seen her name credited to Thor also, the Black Widow standalone movie, and Captain Marvel.
Yeah, it's probably a strong possibility her script idea is going to end up being Captain Marvel, because if you remember we talked about it in the past, the way Marvel does it is they have their little like pool of writers. They let them all take a turn, and then whichever one they like the best, they go with it. So she really knocked it out of the park with the Guardians basic plot line. I'm looking forward to it. Her doing potentially Captain Marvel, I mean. But with Detective Pikachu, what is the other guy from? It was from Gravity Falls, right? It was a cartoon, I believe.
Yes, and that was pretty much it.
Which I've heard of, but I've never seen. So
everything else was like Phineas and Ferb and...
I googled the Gravity Falls cartoon out of curiosity. I think it had like an 8.4 on IMDb, so it looks like they actually got some talented writers behind it. So.
Gravity Falls, Disney Infinity stuff. Probably for Gravity Falls.
Yeah.
What was that one that I can't stand? The Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack. Show just pisses me off to even look at.
I don't even know what Flapjack is.
It is that.
It's
some bullshit that should not have been on television.
What do you think about this with these hirings?
That tells me they're taking it a bit more seriously than I thought they were to get Nicole Perlman. But I don't know. I still say fuck this movie. Unless they give me Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito or Jonathan Banks.
Jonathan Banks. I will also accept Jonathan Banks. Or Ron Perlman.
Ron Perlman.
Just throw all the Perlmans at it.
The graveliest fucking voices in Hollywood. Let's just have Christian Bale playing Batman, playing Detective Pikachu.
No, I want Terminator Salvation.
Where's your drinker?
No, I want to hear Pikachu say, "You and I are done professionally, mate."
Done professionally, mate. Do I come and fuck with your Pokemon?
No.
Yeah, I think it's still real shitty, like, especially after that article came out about Max Landis, about how he had the pitch, to the point to where he was going to be a full Pokemon movie with even, like, Red.
As I say, it was starring Red,
like, that's real cool, and I like Max Landis when he's not being an asshole, which is half the time. But I think that would have been really cool, and I'm kind of sad we're not getting a full-blown Pokemon movie when we could have easily gotten a full-blown Pokemon movie. But, yeah, I agree with you. I respect them for at least getting some quality writers behind it. So we'll have to wait and see. At the very best, this is probably something you and I would catch on like DVD way after the fact.
It is Legendary Pictures too, but so that's also a little bit more serious than I thought they were taking it. But I don't get it.
It seems like a giant missed opportunity for them to make money, which is usually the opposite approach Hollywood
I mean,
takes.
it's basically just the Pokemon version of Case Closed, right? Is basically the sense I'm getting.
Pretty much.
Does he talk?
Pretty sure he talks, yeah. I think he was fully voiced.
Yeah, fuck.
What do you think about the other names they were throwing around? Was Cumberbatch? Would you watch Cumberbatch be Detective Pikachu? Just be a complete douchebag.
Only if he can be his Sherlock character.
Just a complete prick the whole time. I
Yes.
can get behind that. Speaking of what we are fully behind,
good
God, if you haven't seen the new Spidey Homecoming
if I could get this movie now, they could get behind me. I don't care.
Dude, we'll start a fucking train, dude. They can do whatever they want because this is fucking glorious. It is so simple, yet so fantastic. This image they have, it's Spidey hanging on a web in that famous upside down pose. But it's like the subtlety behind it. He's fucking winking.
Yep.
We can have a Spidey costume where he can fucking wink. He's doing what would you consider like the little like nod that he always does with his
it's kind of like the
salute type of thing.
It's almost like tip of the hat when you're not wearing a hat, like kind of wave with two fingers.
I like the web shooters. The web shooters look slick as shit.
It gives you a fucking fantastic shot of the costume, the web shooters,
the tone. It's just glorious.
Oh my God, I want this movie.
That costume. I think the best costume I've ever seen is Deadpool's, but this is like getting close.
Yeah.
I really love the new Spider-Man costume. I need that fucking trailer that all you motherfuckers at Comic-Con got to watch.
I know.
And I want it fucking now. When does Doctor Strange come out? November. We have to get it
November 4th, because that's the due date of my twins.
Well, they might end up having my birthday, because my birthday is November 5th. So, yeah. In the future, if we have the same birthday, I just want you to remember priorities. My birthday ranks higher than your twins, just so you know. Let's see. Next up, this is a really, really fucking awesome storyline story that I hadn't even realized was close to being a thing. Did you hear any tidbits about this until today?
No, I did not.
Batman Return of the Caped Crusaders is a new animated film coming out by Warner Brothers that is basically like a little... I don't even know what you would call it almost. It's like an ode to the 60s Batman. They are bringing back Adam West, Burt Ward.
Watch it's their edition of Dark Knight Returns. It's all serious and darker than the other one.
Burt Ward as Robin, he's coming back. I already said Adam West. And Julie Newmar, even one of the original Catwomans, is coming back. This is a fucking cool-ass idea, and I applaud them. I'm not even a big fan of 60s Batman. I just think this whole project is genius, and I love it.
Yeah, I'm at least checking it out, even if I don't
I want to check it out, and I have no attachment to 60s Batman.
I've got nostalgia for it, but if I never see it again, I'm fine.
My dad is what got him into Batman was he was really obsessed with 60s Batman. So I texted him about this today. He's really excited to check it out. So I just think it was an absolute genius movie by then, and I really, really, really want to check it out. Hopefully, this kind of breaks their stretch because they've actually been shockingly with the DC animated movies. They've been on kind of a blood streak for the last like 6 or 7.
Yeah,
like there's been a couple that I thought were solid, like a couple of the Damian ones I actually thought were pretty good, like Son of Batman was pretty solid.
I haven't seen those.
I didn't like The Killing Joke. I did not like the changes they made to it. I didn't really care for... I thought they totally mishandled a good opportunity to the Court of Owls. They included Court of Owls as basically like a side character. You could have done 3 fucking movies off the Court of Owls if you wanted to. It's such a cool storyline.
Yeah.
And our buddy Philip said Justice League versus Teen Titans wasn't very good. He likes Justice League Gods and Monsters. I didn't even really care for that one. I don't know what's going on over there. Because, like, for a period of time, we were talking Under the Red Hood, Flashpoint, Dark Knight Returns, Part 1 and Part 2. Justice League War wasn't as good as those, but it was solid.
I fucking love Justice League War.
And then it just, like, all kind of went downhill all out of nowhere. And it kind of depresses me because... for the longest time, like, you could really count on those animated DC movies.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah, I'm hoping this can maybe get
the
them
Marvel
back on
ones,
track.
with the exception of Doctor Strange, were, for the most part, meh at best.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very, very odd. I hope this kind of gets them back on track.
That Doctor Strange one was up there with the DC-level movies, and DC, you know, they were always okay at box office compared to Marvel, but their animated stuff was always incredible.
Gotham Knight. I like
Gotham Knight was really cool.
Yeah, this is very odd. I'm hoping that CAPED CRUSADERS is better. And we've got one more bit of movie DC news to get through. I love how the internet has turned this into a full-blown thing, which is basically an image that could be a tire. I'm sorry. If you haven't heard the Superman news behind Justice League... Henry Cavill...
You said that with so much dissent in your voice.
I'm sorry. You agree with me, though. What has become of internet news articles is disgraceful, in my opinion.
It is.
Today, fucking Nerdist...
This is the death of internet journalism.
It was already fucking sad. But today, Nerdist literally ran the fucking article saying... Cyborg was going to be in the Flash movie, which you and I reported on in like fucking February.
Ago, yeah.
Like, what the actual fuck? I can do your job, guys. What did we post in March? News.
Was it Collider that we saw said that this is happening when it's just a...
Okay. Henry Cavill put on his Instagram a super zoomed in, like 3-inch by 3-inch portion of a costume, maybe. And it's a black colored thing with like very specific etched on detail. Like I said, could be a fucking tire. And Collider in bold fucking letters in Justice League, Black Suit Superman, a thing. Yeah, fuck you, Collider. Now, it very easily could be that, but come on, I mean, they're scrounging for news so much. It's just disgraceful to me. I don't know. It really irritates me. What are your thoughts if it's true?
If it's true, it's fucking awesome. I would love to see Black Suit Superman. If it's not true, I'm gonna fucking love it just because.
Just to see everyone flip their shit.
Yes.
I think it's gonna be cool to see as well. I think he's going to. If this is true, I think this is 5 minutes of the movie, maybe.
What it reminds me of is, did you ever see The Arrival with Charlie Sheen?
No.
They have this ball that you throw into a room, and it floats up in the air. It kind of opens up and becomes a black hole and absorbs everything around it. And then it just kind of drops and rolls away. And all the markings and stuff on it, that's what that fucking looks like to me.
Sounds a little bit like the thing Star-Lord has in Guardians of the Galaxy too. Does he have that little like black hole kind of suction type thing? You know what I'm talking about? He uses it on a couple of the bad guys.
Yeah, but this... erased everything more Agent Carter style.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a cool idea. I think the fucking links people have just like, oh, it's confirmed. I don't know. I think it's this really poor journalistic integrity, which is a fucking oxymoron now.
Yes.
Yeah. I like what I'm seeing so far of Justice League, but it's a complete crapshoot on where that movie is going to be just as bad as BVS.
By the way,
really
though,
good.
if they are doing Black Suit Superman, they got some balls. I never thought we would see that in a movie that didn't have Batman Beyond in it. You know,
yeah.
like I would not have thought we'd see that in the Justice League movie.
If it's true, it's a cool deep cut, which I applaud them for making. It probably would not be happening if Mr. Johns wasn't in charge.
Yeah.
Let's continue the DC
Probably know
trend.
it's Zod again.
He's coming back as Darkseid this time.
Yeah.
Fucking BVS. Let's transition to talk some DC TV news. And this one is interesting. Arrow Season 5 has added Dolph Lundgren to the cast. What do you and I have kind of notoriously shat all over Arrow, deservedly so the last couple of seasons. What do you think about this edition, though?
For them to be bringing in Marvel's original Punisher for a Punisher cameo on a DC movie is pretty ballsy.
I actually, now, the belief behind this, which is probably true, is that he's going to be, if they didn't actually confirm this, I didn't read too much on this, but the thought is they're finally doing the Russian backstory. He's going to be probably like the main villain of the Russian flashbacks. And I think that's actually a pretty cool casting
choice. The Bratva or whatever?
Yeah. I think that's a really cool casting choice for it. I will probably give...
It also puts him in with the minimum amount of screen time.
True.
To save money.
But, who knows?
I wonder, is he that hard up for work, or is he a fan? Like, why
Well, the thing about it is...
Or both.
The thing about it is, like, we talk Arrow as... Because... It is, quality-wise, not a very good TV show right now, but it's still a good ratings thing, and it's still a big boost. Because, like, Neil McDonough is a pretty well-respected actor. He was the villain of the last season. That's not going to exactly hurt his career that he was on Arrow for a season, because the DCCW shows are all very popular right now.
Yeah.
So it's really... They don't really have anything to lose with this, I think. I think that's part of the reason. But I will probably give Arrow Season 5, I'll watch the first episode out of curiosity. If 10 minutes in, if it is still the train wreck piece of shit that it has been, I'm done. I'm just going to stop midway through the episode and be done.
I look forward to what you had to say about it then.
I'm hoping I'm wrong, because the thing that sucks about it is I fucking love Stephen Amell.
Yeah.
And what's Diggle's actor's name?
Oh, shit.
I love him too.
I love him too.
Yeah. I'm hoping they'll fucking...
They did some fucking stupid stuff with him recently, too, though, but...
Painfully so. But I hope that they pulled it...
every moment with him when he met the Flash was gold.
It really is. Speaking of the Flash, they announced who their Season 3 main villain is going to be, and it is Dr. Alchemy.
God damn it.
Who I have never heard of. I am not very much into the Flash comics.
If it's Draco Malfoy playing that character, isn't that a little too much on the nose after being in Harry Potter?
I don't think we actually have gotten casting for Dr. Alchemy, have we? I don't remember seeing anything about it, so it very well could be.
We haven't heard. I mean, we've heard he's playing someone no one's ever heard of before, and I don't know who Dr. Alchemy is. I'm sure he's someone out there. They could just as easily changed his name to whatever.
At least he's on a speedster, but I'll give them that.
Well, what if his alchemical concoction gives him super speed?
Why did you have to go and fucking put that out? You put that out into the ether, and now they're changing their script to where he has to be a mentor, and he has to eventually have speed powers.
And he's got to double cross him.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'll never see it coming.
Flash Season 3, I think, is another one of those crapshoots. I really don't know what to think about it right now.
I think the odds are about as good as a crapshoot.
They also announced they will have Mirror Master.
That pissed me off.
Has been casted. Gray Damon from Aquarius and Friday Night Lights is playing him. They said the first time he's going to be introduced is in episode 4.
Pisses me off.
Can you give me a little sorbo, please?
Disappointed!
Okay. It's cool they're having Mirror Master in the show. Why you wouldn't want to use him for at least half a season is beyond me. Because think about it, Ron. He was like the last of the Rogues Gallery who hadn't been used yet. What the fuck are they going to do in Season 5 or Season 6 down the road?
I don't know. And he's such a great character. You could do all kinds of Nightmare on Elm Street type stuff with him and everything. And, I mean... They haven't said that he's a one-off, I don't think. But he most likely is. But he could be along with Dr. Alchemy. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
My guess is, though, he's a one-off.
I think he's going to be a reoccurring one-off.
And here's the thing that pisses me off the most about this. Hey, the actor, I don't know the actor, but he kind of looks the part. And honestly, their casting has been pretty good. So, I'm fine with that. Mirror Master being cast in episode 4 tells me Flashpoint is probably 3 episodes.
Maybe 2. Maybe 3 could be a different villain back in the normal timeline. We don't even fucking know that. Yeah, it is. I'm getting nervous.
I don't like it.
I feel like there's going to be some expletives coming around October. I don't know. Again, I hope I'm wrong, because I fucking loved The Flash until they started having god-awful writing decisions out of nowhere. Yeah, this is a bummer. We should have been excited for Mirror Master being casted.
We should have been.
And we were not. This is just fucking like was the Heckle and Superman casting. We should have all, as a collective geek community, we should have all been excited to see Superman in the DCW.
The return of Superman to television.
And then everyone was just like, now I will give them...
And it was a werewolf.
I will give them, he looks a lot better on the set photos. But your very first image of him, you're going to release him after a Vegas bender? Like, he looked rough. Like, what the fuck? He didn't even shave.
I get the square jawbone, but when his jawbone was the biggest thing on him in that picture, it looked so awkward.
I don't know. The only one that hasn't burned me yet is Legends of Tomorrow. I didn't add it with the notes because it's more obscure, but they announced also they casted Stargirl. You know who Stargirl is?
Nope.
You will actually see her when you eventually get to Justice League Unlimited. She's in a couple of episodes of that. She's a more obscure character, but she's a pretty cool character. I like the real deep cuts coming out of Legends of Tomorrow. Let's see. Next up, you want to talk about getting nervous. You talk about getting fucking nervous. Okay. The first time I read this, in all honesty, I did like a triple take. I was like, wait. Clearly this is a practical joke. Because it has been announced that the Flash and Supergirl are more than likely going to have a musical crossover. And
that's all I can say.
And, okay, in their defense, they said the plot line behind it is they're basically going to be using I forget the name of the character, but it's a villain that is musical oriented, and they said it's going to take place in a character's head. So it's not actually going to be a standard musical. It's going to be like a dream sequence.
Why is this a thing? This happened in Agent Carter.
Why do we need... No. In Agent Carter happened for like 5 minutes. Why do we need it?
I was still like, the fuck am I watching?
Right. Agent Carter being in the 40s, I actually thought it was a little more charming in Agent Carter because they're set back then.
So what you're telling me is that the villain of this episode has the ray gun from South Park that when you shoot someone, they break out into song.
Looks like it.
With the rosy cheeks and everything.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We got one episode of Mirror Master. We got 2 fucking musical episodes, bro. No.
Fucking hell.
Now, I don't even know, because, like, if they did, like, a little, like, even 10-minute sequence, I don't have an issue with that if it's, like, a dream sequence. But for 2 45-minute episodes, you're talking, like, a long-ass musical.
That's a movie. Feature-length movie.
That's a movie. Yeah, I don't even know. But it's probably going to happen because they made a good point. They have gone out of their way to include their cast members singing before, because we have seen Barry Allen sing.
Yeah.
Because Grant Gustin can't. Because the funny thing about it...
They're both from Glee, right?
Yeah, they're... Grant Gustin and... Oh, I just blanked on her name.
I was going to say, you okay there? Did you have a stroke?
Well, I started thinking about Supergirl. I was like, what's her fucking name?
Melissa Benoist?
Yes.
How the fuck do I know her name and you don't?
Because I just had a stroke because I was thinking about that costume. I mean, give me a break, man. No, but they're both from Glee, and they also have shown Jesse Martin sing, who is Joe. He's he's saying in the alternate reality thing.
Yeah, he's like a jazz singer.
Yeah. So this is probably going to happen, but I don't even know what to make of it. I still have to watch it because it's going to be an episode of The Flash. But if I feel like I have to flip over to Supergirl just because I have to catch the first half of the musical crossover, I don't know how I feel about that. The one Supergirl episode I'm looking forward to watching, though, is Kevin Smith's. They announced this week, Kevin Smith, after having directed one of the very best episodes of the last season of The Flash.
Maybe one of the very best episodes of The Flash.
I agree with you. Definitely top 5 or 6, probably.
Yes.
He will be tackling...
Out of their 1,000 episodes in the 2 seasons. Sorry, I just had to throw that out there.
Yeah.
Before you have another stroke.
You just start talking about Supergirl. I was like, fucking love Melissa Benoist. You just completely broke my chain of thought. Supergirl, season 2.
I have found his weakness. His kryptonite is a Kryptonian.
Fitting. No, I'm torn. Okay, Supergirl, I was fully on board to check out their opening 2-parter to see how they change it. I didn't really care for the casting of Superman. I liked how he looked on set better than I liked their initial promo image. But I will for sure be watching this one. Are you going to be watching Supergirl? Are you going to give it a shot?
No, I'll just watch the Kevin Smith one.
Was that Flash crossover in the first season of Supergirl enough to kind of like burn your interest on it?
Yeah, I was already kind of on the edge if I'm going to watch that or not. Then I hear about the musical stuff, and I was like, nah, you know what? I think I'm good, guys.
It's kind of hard because I like the deep cuts they've done with it. Like we've seen like Martian Manhunter and Red Tornado,
which I didn't know until Kevin Smith said recently that they basically said that Martian Manhunter will basically never be in the movies.
Oh, really? I didn't know that either.
Yeah, he said that. What was it exactly that he said? It was something like it's something about the character. Like you can't pull him off in a believable fashion, and he's just kind of like way too over the top over the aliens from outer space that are invincible and fly around and stuff. But anyway, so I guess to stick it to them, I don't know how old that quote was, how pre-Justice League that quote was that he was saying, but the reason he brought it up was he just binged Supergirl. And it blew his brain how well they did Martian Manhunter, especially after hearing movie people say you can't do Martian Manhunter on screen. And Supergirl did it. The thing is, even people I know that are kind of down on that show fucking love the Martian Manhunter stuff.
I'm tempted to
just watch that episode.
I'm tempted to actually. I just saw on some site, maybe it was Collider or Nerdist something. They did like the top 10 best Supergirl episodes. I would potentially go and watch the best ones because I want to see like the Martian Manhunter. They even did like the fucking White Martians, talking real deep cuts. In this new season, they casted Miss Martian.
Didn't they also do Bizarro?
Yes, they did Bizarro as well. I would like to see Bizarro.
That surprised me.
Yeah,
especially with all the Superman movies they're planning on doing because they officially announced Man of Steel 2. I think we said last week. You would think that they would save like Brainiac and Bizarro because didn't they also do at least a Brainiac reference, if nothing else? I think I heard someone say something about Brainiac at one point.
I can't remember.
And you'd think they would save those for the fucking Superman movies, or they're planning on doing more.
Well, they're also, I think they're kind of now abandoning the whole. Like they're letting them use Superman. I don't think they're as hardcore. Like they literally made Arrow kill all of the Suicide Squad. I don't think we're going to see anything like that again.
Yeah,
anytime soon. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really, really torn on just about everything to come out of this upcoming DCW lineup. Like, other than I liked some of the Legends casting, and I liked I just said Miss Martian was added to Supergirl. That's really cool. She was a really cool character on Young Justice.
Everything that CW has had, with the exception of Arrow, and their second season has been noticeably weaker of a show. How afraid of Legends of Tomorrow are you?
The thing with Legends is, I think if any of their shows will be able to break the streak of falling off a cliff out of nowhere, it's Legends, because you can do anything with it. Because, you know, they have fucking time travel. In addition to time travel, they can go around fucking space. They can have other, like... It's more Star Trek than it is, like, The Flash, honestly, or Doctor Who. So I think I'm still a little nervous about it, but I'm a lot less nervous about that than I am about The Flash.
Didn't a bunch of the writing staff from Supergirl move over also? So they don't have to use as many as their people from the other shows?
Yeah, it's not going to be as much of a... Legends really hurt The Flash.
Yeah.
Because they spent a lot of time on it.
It's your fucking fault, Jeff.
Legends was really cool. Shut up. Hey, it wasn't the Legends guy who's just like, maybe we should have another fucking mentor be a bad guy. He's also a speedster, you know? We don't have Mirror Master or fucking Shade. Oh, that's the other thing.
Shade.
While we were talking about that, just to quickly talk about The Flash again, they can't use Gorilla Grodd that much because he's a special effect budget. It really bumps up their budget. So you're saying at this point they've used the entire Rogues Gallery and they can't really use Grodd extensively? What is the long-term game plan for these upcoming seasons? Like, it's really...
They're burning through villains fast.
You cannot afford to do that with The Flash because The Flash has one of the absolute worst Rogues Galleries, and they've all been used now after episode 4. I really, really am worried about them. I'm really, really worried about them. Well, they can always rip off Batman storylines. That worked out so well for Arrow. But yeah, that's a wrap for all the DC stuff. Mr. Robot has been renewed for season 3. I don't think you've started this at all, right?
Nope.
I think I'm up there.
I've never seen an episode and I'm already sick of it, so.
It's a very good show. Season 2 has
apparently, because no one will shut the fuck up about it, even on my own podcast.
I'll be the first. I've actually said it on the podcast. I think it's an overrated show. I know. I think it's solid. I think
it was a joke, goddammit.
Hey. Shut up. I already fired you once. Mr. Robot.
I will kick you in your fucking chin.
He'll do it, too. I'm in the middle of Season 2. Season 2 hasn't been as good, but it's starting to pick up. They actually did a brilliant thing on the most recent episode that I actually want to show you, since you don't really want to watch it. They had a fucking... they opened up the show, the episode, in a fucking 80s or 90s sitcom.
Really?
Because it's taking place within the mind of one of the characters. They had fucking Alf. It's Mr. Robot.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to show it to you after the podcast. It was like amazing. I was like, damn, Mr. Robot, this is fucking cool. Because it was the coolest thing. They have everyone else is acting like they're in an 80s or 90s sitcom, except for the person it's taking place within his head. He's looking around like, what the fuck? It's awesome. I'm going to show it to you. But yeah, it's starting to look better. Honestly, the main reason it got renewed is because it's on USA. What the fuck else does USA have to show?
That's a network name I haven't heard in a long time.
Exactly. But yeah, I will still be checking it out. I wish people would... It's gotten better in season 2 because it hasn't been as good, but people would not shut the fuck up during season 1 of Mr. Robot.
No, they would not. Every podcast I listened to, every news article I read... everything. I couldn't go through my Twitter feed without
it was pretty
seeing
bad.
It.
A lot of people had it as literally their show of the year, and I thought it was solid, but I think that's a little crazy.
I just was like, you know what? I'm never watching a fucking episode because I can't stand this shit.
I'm going to show you the Alf thing. The Alf thing's fucking
And no matter
magical.
how good it is, because of how much I fucking hate it right now, I'll probably never be able to enjoy it.
Until you watch it like 20 years later, which you won't. Because
Jeff, have you ever heard of this show? This is amazing.
So good. It's Christian Slater guy. Christian Slater is phenomenal in it, though.
Is he
Christian Slater, I think actually got an Emmy for it, or at least nominated.
I didn't realize he was in it. I wonder where he was. I like him.
This is actually like the very first TV show that has ever broken the curse of Slater. Every TV show he has ever done, he's been really good in it, and it's been a solid show usually, but it immediately gets fucking canceled. And then he got into Mr. Robot, and he's fucking fantastic in it. He almost makes the show, really. And it's been nice to actually see, just for him, to actually have a win finally.
Yeah.
Because it'd been pretty rough for a while. Mr. Robot is coming back, but sadly the nightly show with Larry Wilmore will not.
I feel bad for Larry Wilmore because I like him. His show kind of sucked. but
man, I like him. I mean, his show was dick. But he's a nice guy. He's a real cool guy.
He was one of the correspondents. He was the senior black correspondent on The Daily Show. That was his actual title. And any matters of race or anything, they went to their senior black correspondent, and it was him.
I wish I could be the person to be able to put that on my resume.
Right. But no, I've watched several of his episodes when it first started, and... it just kind of faded off real fast. Like, it was one of those that was really good at first, and nothing about the show changed. It's just, I guess nothing about the show changed.
It got kind of old.
Yeah, it got kind of
It's
stale.
like the opposite of Colbert, because I hear Colbert started out rough, but then got better over time.
Yes.
But other than Oliver, it seemed like everyone loved him from the get-go and is still obsessed with Oliver.
Yeah, he really made an impression when he took over The Daily Show for 3 months. That's what got him his HBO deal. Jon Stewart went away to make, I believe it's called Rosewater, which I still need to see. But
where was Colbert? Was he already still doing his own show?
Yeah, he was on the Colbert Report.
Oh, okay.
So there was that, but Colbert did have an appearance during that because the power went out during one episode that John Oliver had.
I think you told me about this, yeah.
And the next day, the reason why was Colbert was like, "You're not Jon Stewart," and he ripped the circuit breaker out of the wall.
Yeah, I've never... You are more into the whole Jon Stewart, Colbert group of guys than I am. I like them. I just don't go on my way to watch their shows usually. For what clips I've seen, it was pretty funny, the Larry Wilmore stuff. He seemed like a...
He brought up some... He took it a step further than Jon Stewart, and was probably a step behind Colbert, like the shit that he was willing to say and the points he was willing to make. He was a lot more blatant about it, like more like Colbert was, but Colbert did it as a character, whereas Wilmore's just like, fuck you.
Out of the clips I've seen, I liked Larry Wilmore actually better than the Trevor Noah guy.
Oh, I don't like Trevor Noah.
I've only seen a couple of clips of the Trevor Noah guy, and it wasn't like bad, but it was like, really, you gave this guy like your flagship? It was a little odd.
It should have been. I'm blanking on his name. I want to say Jason, which there's a clip I need to find of this guy for you. You're gonna love. But yeah, it's just there was another dude on there that should have got it. He was either him or there's a guy that went off and did stand up after that. He's been in a few movies and stuff since then, but yeah, I don't know. Trevor Noah was like, I had a bad feeling when he came onto the scene on the Daily Show, because he popped into the Daily Show right as they announced it was ending, and next thing you know, he was the one that had it.
Kind of came out of nowhere.
And when he came on, like Samantha Bee and all of that, like a lot of the correspondents were like, "Fuck you," and left.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. It's a little odd what they're doing over there.
But yeah, Larry Wilmore, I feel bad for him because I like him and he is funny, but I guess I don't know how much of his fault anything was or anything. I have a feeling Comedy Central may not have been the right vehicle for his style comedy. I feel like he needed something more like HBO or something
more
raunchy.
Like that.
Yeah.
Well, I also read too on I think it was the Collider article about how like he's actually, before he started doing like the more in front of the camera work, like he was actually like a director, a writer.
Was he really?
I forget what show it was, but I think he actually was like a decently prominent show. He was either a writer or a director for, as they were talking about he might be getting back into that.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I do think it's odd. Comedy Central, what they've kind of like, what's become of all of their stuff that they used to just knock it out of the park. Like,
dude, like South Park is about the only thing they have left.
Yeah, after South Park, Comedy Central, I don't know what the fuck's even going to be on their network.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is Chris Hardwick has Midnight, right, on Comedy
at
Central,
midnight,
right?
yeah.
That's the only other show I know of on their network other than South Park and like the Daily Show stuff.
And At Midnight was only got old really fast for me.
I've never seen it.
I've watched some of it.
I can only take so much Hardwick because he's on every fucking TV show in the world.
I like Chris, but yeah, he needs to tone it back. If you ever catch At Midnight, make sure it's an episode that has Weird Al on it. He's on there a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I do like Weird Al. Let's get through these last couple of bits of gaming news, and we are done for the day. We got to wrap this up. Chris Hardwick is actually filming the After the Talking Expletive wrap-up show. We need a fucking drop for the goddamn Nazis.
Yes, we do.
Anything remotely on the drop board that can set up the Nazis?
Nope.
I want Legion of Doom.
Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom.
So, Konami. Kojima is gone.
Yep.
He's in a much better place. It sounds like he died. He's in a much better... He has gone up to Sony heaven. And...
He's a goddamn rock star now is what he is.
He's walking out with fucking Michael Jackson light shows and shit. So cool.
This Fallout's the best thing that ever happened to his career.
Exactly. So Konami still has the rights to Metal Gear. And they have announced in what has... I haven't actually looked into this specifically, but I'm sure the internet has just gone batshit over being pissed off about this. They have announced Metal Gear Survive, which first of all is a garbage-ass title.
Yep.
Metal Gear Survival, I think would have sounded better. Metal Gear Survive, it sounds like it's a broken translation. Like, fucking... Your base are belong to us or something, like...
But it is shortened to the point.
True.
It's not a good point, but it is shortened to the point.
Okay. This is basically the way Ron and other people online have talked about it. It's basically like a COD Zombies version of Metal Gear. They have said this is going to be a focus on online cooperative play with like there's going to be some multiplayer shit like that. Maybe some like zombie style quote unquote missions where you have to survive for an X amount of time so you can go to this checkpoint.
Yeah.
But they also said the real glaring part of this, it's not going to be $60 more than likely. That automatically tells you there is no storyline, there is no campaign, and this I think is going to piss off all of the Metal Gear fanboys.
Yeah,
I think it already is.
You do not fuck with the Metal Gear guys.
Because like the whole because like we're talking about a game that its foundation was 30 years of Hideo Kojima writing the storyline for it. And it was like, oh,
this is the first thing they do with it.
The first thing they do with it is like the biggest cash grab of all time.
Yeah.
I think it's incredibly shitty. I'm actually happy this is happening because I want this to blow up in their face so bad that they sell Metal Gear and Silent Hill and get them into an actual company that knows what the fuck they're doing.
Like Kojima Studios.
Yeah. Maybe.
What was the name of it? I forget.
Was it just Kojima Productions? Was that the name of it?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't remember.
It's got a fucking cool logo. I know that.
It does.
I remember that more than the name of the company. But yeah.
The Kojima logo has more creative input than this fucking video game does. But, yeah, I think it's a complete mistake, shockingly so.
It's going to be a shit show. How much you want to bet it's so half-assed that the game is just broken when it comes out?
They're using the Assassin's Creed Unity engine?
Yep. Which is not $5 at Walmart.
When you told me that, I was like, of course it is.
I mean, granted, it was used, but what used game for PS4 do you know that's $5 right now?
Dude, it's hard. You're hard pressed to find anything less than 15, and you're lucky if you find it for 15. Anything.
Yeah.
Anything like fucking Knack. It's probably still $20 on PS4. But yeah, this comes out in 2017.
Thank God. I can't wait, Jeff.
Okay, for the love of God, all of the Metal Gear people who are complaining about this. Don't fucking go out and pre-order the goddamn game. If you play it at all, make sure you've watched it and then actually want to play it. Because if they end up making an ass ton of money off this, it won't matter that everyone hated it. They already made an ass ton of money off of it, which is all they fucking care about.
Exactly.
If they actually cared about this franchise, Hideo Kojima would still be there locked to a desk writing scripts for the next Metal Gear
all their
game.
other employees.
You know what really hurts me? I'm not a big Metal Gear guy. I like Silent Hill. I want Silent Hill gone from Konami. And anywhere else but them, but yeah, it's probably not gonna happen for a while. We're gonna have some fucking ass-tastic Silent Hill cooperative bullshit next year, where you're like fucking bros with pyramid. Actually, I'm making it sound like a cooler game than I want it to sound, but yeah. Well, we've been talking about the zombie mode thing.
Back to people who know zombie mode.
Exactly. Infinite Warfare, the next Call of Duty game, revealed their new zombie mode. Well, I'm going to let you take it away on this one. You're more up into the whole zombie scene than I am.
So, Call of Duty has their infamous zombies mode, which people like me buy their games just for the zombie mode. It's amazing how polarizing that is, Jeff, because there's people that buy it only for the multiplayer and never touch the campaign, and there's people like me that buy it only for zombies and never touch the campaign.
And then the third party of Jeff who doesn't buy the game.
So, yeah, but this is actually pretty incredible. I didn't get to play the Black Ops 3 one, and I honestly don't even know how well it was received, but it had some pretty good actors and stuff in it.
Was the Black Ops 3 one, was it still zombies, or was it like Extinction, like aliens and stuff?
No, it was zombies because it was Treyarch.
Okay. Was it Nazi zombies, or was it modern zombies?
I honestly don't even know. But Jeff Goldblum was one of the voices.
Sold.
And his character was Jeff Goldblum with the fucking mustache that comes down like this.
Sold.
Yeah. No, it was great. But... Oh,
you broke it.
What are you doing? Oh, good. All my highlights are gone. So, fucking Google Chrome. This is your fault, Google. Let me just read you this. This is the official premise of the game. Zombies in Spaceland tells the story of 4 aspiring actors who come upon a mysterious movie theater for an audition. They've been invited by director Willard Wyler. God damn. Willard Wyler. Portrayed with voices...
Easy for you to say.
...and likeness of Paul Rubens. That is Pee Wee Herman.
Am I the only person who has no affinity for Pee Wee Herman? I've never been able to get into Pee Wee, and
I've never been able to get into it either. I don't either. I mean, if I want to see a dick, I'll just watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah. They will oblige you on that point.
Which I just got the Hodor dick episode, by the way.
Congratulations.
Yep. He does have giant's blood in him. That's all I'm going to say.
This is derailed so much.
Who was once the shining star of the horror genre. Unbeknownst to the actors, they will be transformed into characters and transported straight into Wyler's film to fight against waves of zombies in a space-themed amusement park set in the 80s. Now here's what's even better. The cast. So it's an 80s setting in a space-themed amusement park with The Hoff, Seth Green, Jay Farrow, Ike Barnaholtz, I'm going to say, and Sashir Zamata. No idea.
What was the second name?
The second one, Jay Farrow.
What is Jay Farrow from?
But The Hoff and Seth Green, dude.
I actually like that Suicide Squad guy, too. He's really funny in Suicide Squad.
I don't even know what to say other than I'm definitely going to Redbox it first.
You're going to check it on our Let's Plays?
We are playing this.
We're going to have a fucking neon seizure on recording.
Oh my god, you have to watch the trailer for it.
So much 80s explosions.
It is glorious.
It was 80s-tastic, and it was pretty damn cool. It was weird. I'm not even...
Even you thought it was cool. And you're always just kind of meh on the zombies.
Yeah, I like the zombies. To me, they're more of like a time waster than something to be excited about. This is probably the most interested I've ever been in their zombie stuff, just because it's so out, like, just batshit 80s insanity. I have this weird... I think it's my parents' fault. When I was growing up, my parents, showed me mostly movies from the 80s. So even though I'm a 90s baby... I was force-fed so much 80s stuff. I have this weird nostalgia for the 80s.
Which you never lived in.
Which I never even lived in. Yeah.
I was mid-80s. I was born in 85, so I got the tail end of it.
Yeah. Which is odd because you're the 80s baby. You haven't even fucking seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Nope.
And I'm the 90s baby, and I've seen it an fucking abnormal amount of time. Like, I don't know.
I don't give in to peer pressure. I don't follow the crowd.
Yeah, that's obvious. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It looked 80s as shit, and I approve.
We will definitely be playing this on
the
Renaissance.
The Renaissance of 80s stuff is just like crazy. Like Stranger Things
I know.
is a complete nod to everything 80s. This has just come out. Like, it's just popping up all over the place, and I think it's kind of cool. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, 80s is back. Poor Disco. Missed it by a decade.
Yeah, missed it by that much. All right, guys, if you would like to check us out more, please like and subscribe. That gets you all of our content. We also have Facebook and Twitter links in the description below. I don't know why I include the Facebook links because our Facebook account has been dead for like 6 months, unbeknownst to both of us. And it's probably going to stay that way. But if you would like to, I completely derailed my spiel.
This whole episode. This is episode 71. Derailed.
Yeah, this is just a shit show if there ever was one. Yeah,
like all the rest.
Yeah. Normally I would say recommend us, but I can't tell you to in good fucking fortune actually recommend this episode to anyone. So I'm just going to say for this episode, I'm Jeff.
I'm Ron.
And we will see you guys next week, maybe. All right, we're going to start off like we always do with the movie news. And what the fuck? Did you mean to do that? You were trying to start the timer, weren't you? This whole night is just foobarred.